Hey everyone, this is Jenna Gary with EastBayTrainer.com, and we are at another section of the vegetable potatoes. We're going to go over some peppers and asparagus and green vegetables. So basically, when I tell my clients you want to have like a complex carb in the morning, like an oatmeal, or a wheat bread, sliced toast. We talk about brown is better than white. So you don't want to have white bread, you want to have wheat bread. And only because it digests slower in your system and it's a lot healthier for you, because the whole point in us helping you get to where you want to get to, which primarily is weight loss, is keeping your metabolism going. And how it continues to go is by having things that digest slower in your system, which is also why I teach all my clients about mixing carbs and protein. So you got your brown bread and your brown rice and your oatmeals as opposed to your white, and then you mix them with protein, and it keeps your blood sugar levels level throughout the day and your metabolism fast. So what I'm going to teach you about today is about the vegetable section, the potato section. So sweet potatoes are going to be a lot healthier for you than white potatoes are, but a lot of the times when I tell my clients, okay, so you have yourself your oatmeal or your toast in the morning with your protein, lean protein, and then you have yourself your complex carb at lunch, whether it be a sweet potato or brown rice or something. I always teach them about portions. Most of the time, if not all the time, when you go out shopping at the store, you'll see sweet potatoes, and almost every time the sweet potatoes are probably considered about 3 or 4 servings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what an actual portion is. We did this with the fruit on the last video. And an actual portion is going to be the size of your fist. So the size of your fist of a sweet potato, I'm going to show you 2 of them. Everybody buys what they want to buy because they think, I want to eat big, or I want to get myself full, or they think the size of their fist is a lot bigger than it really is. So I'm going to show you 2 sweet potatoes. One that's actually considered a serving and a half, close to 2 servings, and one that's actually a serving. So I'm going to go right over here. Now this, okay, is like close to the size of my fist down to my forearm. This is what almost everything in there is. All these right here are all considered about 2 servings. So this one right here, if I was to close my fist and put my hand right next to it, and maybe I cut this little part off at the end, this would actually be a serving size of a sweet potato. So when you go shopping for sweet potatoes, you want to make sure that you dig for a small sweet potato. That would actually be a serving of a sweet potato. Also with vegetables, so I teach all my clients about not having any complex carbs with dinner, because you got to think of your complex carbs as your energy. You don't use energy at night, so why would you consume it? It's like putting gas in your car when you're about to park it in the driveway. It just doesn't make any sense. But what our body does that a car doesn't do is our body will store that carbs as fat, as opposed to your car just keeping it in there and then you could use it tomorrow. So you want to make sure that you have all your complex carbs earlier in the day, where you use them for energy, obviously balanced with some protein, and then you want to have just your vegetables at night. But there are some vegetables that people don't realize that do have some carbs in them. Anything that's bright in color. So for example, right now, let's just say if you were to make yourself a nice stir fry with some grilled chicken, right? You go and you add yourself some peppers and a little bit of onions and maybe even some asparagus, some spinach. You automatically, by adding in the red and the yellow peppers, automatically by adding in carrots, they have more sugar in them. The brighter the color, the more carbs. So you want to stick with minimal colored vegetables. You want to stick with more greens. So green pepper, you got your cucumbers, you got your string beans, and you got your broccoli, great for fiber, and you got your celery. You actually burn more calories chewing celery than you do consuming it. So sometimes if you feel like you want to chew on something, celery is a really great little snack for you to chew on. So just remember when you're making your vegetables, and also log it. I mean, because even green vegetables can add up to too many carbs. Salads, I went over that in the last one. So you go and you make yourself a salad and you put some carrots in it, that's going to add some carbs. I went over that in the buffet video. You go and you add yourself some red cabbage as opposed to white cabbage. That's going to have a little bit more carbs in it. Onions have carbs in them. So you just want to take all these things into consideration when you're making your technically dinner with just your free vegetables, which is your green vegetables. So they will all add up. And then definitely go with things that are lighter in color. So if you were going to have vegetables that were higher and brighter in color, you want to have those earlier in the day. So let's just say if you were to make yourself like a mixed medley of carrots and peas and carrots. Peas are another green vegetable, or the only green vegetable that's higher in carbs than most of the other green vegetables. So go ahead, you make yourself a medley of peas and carrots and all the brighter color vegetables. Then you would not have a sweet potato or brown rice like I just explained to you. Beans. A lot of people hear that beans are a really great source of protein, but you really have to take into consideration that they also have a lot of carbs. So at night, you would not have yourself any beans. If you did, it would be, if it was in a medley, it would be very minimal. You just got to watch what you do with your beans. If you're making yourself a lunch with rice and beans, you want to have a quarter cup of rice as opposed to a half a cup if you're going to mix it in with some beans, because then you'll end up having yourself a triple carb and it'll never really balance out. Or a lot of the times, and just like I explained with the whole analogy to the car, you go and you have yourself a double carb, your body you'll actually have less energy because your body will start storing that as fat, and you'll feel more heavy than you would think that your energy food is going to give you more energy. So the more carbs you have, but it works in reverse. So I hope this helped. If you have any more questions, if there's something else in the vegetable section that I didn't talk about that you'd like to know about, leave your comments below, and look forward to our next video. We're going all over the grocery store. So leave your comments. Hope you liked it, and I hope it helped. All right. Thanks, guys.